Oh, hello there, Site-42 staff. Good to see you, as well as you all there from the greater SCP Foundation, Corporation, and Fandom. Welcome to another anomalous broadcast from Site-42, this time a Dr. Sherman coffee break. So I hope you've got your caffeine, hydration, whatever it is you need to stay well these days. Phantom Reactor, Stone Miner, Zerdrin, Edward, and Lyost does stuff. Welcome to chat, and thank you for being members. Dragnar, Casual Idiot, and Raiden Prime. Hi to you, just for the hell of it. Let me come over here and make sure that we are in a properly moderated situation for the typical turnout of these streams. Especially when I'm out in the field, I need to be able to see the chat, and if it moves too quick, I am useless. Thanks for the prepaid vacation, Dr. Sherman. The sun feels so nice. Well, yes, spending time at Site-78 does have a little bit more of a skin cancer risk, so be sure to use plenty of sunscreen when you're out in the yard. If the Kool-Aid Man was an SCP, how would we contain it? An entity whose entire shtick is breaking through walls. Tell me to contain the cast of Gurren Lagann next time. Jeez. I mean, you see, I would want to go with the fact that it's a glass pitcher, but obviously it can break through brick walls. So I guess we would have to continually test how powerful of the walls it can break through and what thickness. Because essentially, we can't put a wall because a wall would be broken through. But if it was a large enough wall that it's not a wall, it's a mountain, has the Kool-Aid Man ever broken through a mountain? Because then we can just store it in something thick enough on all sides to stop it. This is turning into a 076-2 situation. But only when summoned, Edward points out. So we could feasibly disinformation campaign the Kool-Aid Corporation into bankruptcy. We could turn people off the drink. We could have some bad factory issues that end up with everyone disfavoring the drink. And therefore, no one would be interested in summoning the Kool-Aid Man. Okay, Edward, I appreciate your thought processes. I think you are moving in the right direction there. What about 096 or that little orange blob guy? Well, I doubt. We're not trying to destroy the Kool-Aid Man, we're trying to contain it. So putting it in the room with 096 seems counterintuitive. Meanwhile, the little blob guy... Okay, but I have the image in my head of the Kool-Aid Man filled with SCP-527, and that's just funny and adorable. Sorry, that was distracting. They would be best friends. It would be hilarious. Josh, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. And since you asked, today's coffee break ends in approximately 45 minutes. We have a short one today since I'm out on stakeout. But I am 99% sure that at about 5 p.m. my time, which is about 4 hours from now, there will be a second coffee break. We're doing 2 coffee breaks today, people. So keep an eye out. If you can't stick around for this one, there will be a second. Dr. Sherman, please help. I'm under a desk. Every SCP is out. Well, Indecisive, you should just stay under there. If anything, once this coffee break ends, you can put on the SCP Foundation Containment Breach soundscape here on the channel and listen to the sounds of a fake containment breach to distract you from the sounds of the actual containment breach that you're trying to survive. If you stay hidden, you are more likely to survive. That's just basic science. Oh, Phantom Reactor. Thank you for being the first donation of today's stream, as well as thank you for your first donation, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself what's a coffee break? So grab yourself a latte on your way past the commissary. J. Jonas Sherman said, hey, I do want to catch me some Spider-Man, so that's not wrong. If you're always chasing Spider-Man, is your Site-42 SCP lore take place in a Marvel reality? Also, are you staking out for Spider-Man? Listen, I know you happen to be very interested in this particular chase, and you got to tell me if you're a double agent. Are you working with the Spider? Is that what's happening here? Because I am or am not on a stakeout to catch Spider-Man based on how much you are going to tell him that I am after it. I forgot that it's an it. I'm working on it. I'm in the field. I'm stressed. As for taking place in a Marvel reality, we could call it a Marvel-esque reality because Creative Commons, we don't want to rob them. That would be bad. Zero, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. I see the moon. I'm in a basement with no windows or light. You're in a basement with no windows or light, but you see the moon. So is the moon inside your basement then? Is there some problem where, are you being inscriptioned? Is that what's happening? You're in a cabin, you're in a basement, and also the moon is attacking you? Fill me in. By the way, just to let you guys know, because I am on a stakeout right now, my options for seeing supers are limited, and this hides donations less than $5 from me, and so I will try and go back and see them, but just so you know, 5s and up only pop up for me, so I have to go through a special menu to see anything less than $5. So if I miss your super chat, please understand I'm doing my best to see them all, I promise. Some Dude Not Real TV, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. What made Ganzir? That is a deep secret that we at the Foundation do not know. The GOC really cooked with that one, I can tell you. Now, outside of the lore, everyone sees Ganzir as this really big deal for the Global Occult Coalition, but I discovered in an interview with the real-life author, Dr. Clef, who made or was part and parcel of the original couple of people who built the GOC from the ground up back in the day, Ganzir didn't exist before SCP-5000. It's not some big lore thing that's very important. Tanhony just freaking cooked so hard, it incepted us into all believing Ganzir is a thing. Because Ganzir was not a thing. So, Ganzir started in SCP-5000, now it's up to everyone who comes after to define what that means. So, that's just wild when you think about it. Attorney T VTubers Official, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Oh, by the way, Some Do Not Real TV, go get yourself a blueberry waffle at the commissary. Zero, get yourself a croissant at the commissary. And Attorney VTubers Official, get yourself a shot of espresso at the commissary. There, I'm caught up. Gamer77, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a frappuccino on your way past the commissary. Don't know, was that don't know what was up with yesterday's thumbnail. Matt Pat wishes he was as cool as you. Had you had time to consider my idea from yesterday, at the very least, maybe for second offenses. So, yesterday's thumbnail was Radiger made a joke about me being the SCP Matt Pat. And I had our favorite SCP animation team, who we're hoping comes back into action, the SCP offshoot team, animate Radiger roasting me because it was really funny. And one of her jokes was that I was Matt Pat, so they animated that hilarious thumbnail. That being said, Matt Pat and I both have the same disease, which is theater kid disease. We are both that annoying in type A, and so I respect and understand the comparison. If you think I'm cooler than Matt Pat, I mean, just because Matt Pat and I are both not cool, I get it. It's a horse race. It's a photo finish. And as for yesterday's suggestion, no, I don't remember yesterday's suggestion. And I'm cheating and looking at your channel activity to see your past chats, but it's not telling me everything. Therefore, I don't remember. But I'll come back to the chat and I'll see if you add clarification. But before I do, real quickly, Luis, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a seltzer on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, SCP-049 is gender swapped again. That's fine. It's fine. We have a deal. We have a deal with 049 right now. 049 is doing missions with a mobile task force. And in return for loyal and proper service, it is allowed unlimited access to the gender switching stone. So as long as 049 follows the rules, it's in the clear for now. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. I'm neutral, I just want a front row seat with popcorn. All right, I'm gonna take you on your word. And by taking you on your word, yeah, it's go time for Spider-Man. Just ignore it. It'll go away. Nope, we don't need to worry about that. That belongs to somebody else. I am renting this stakeout location, and so I cannot be sitting here listening in on their phone calls. That would be rude. And if I answered it, it would cause a breach of secrecy because we don't want people knowing that I'm held up here. So we gotta be careful. What level do you think 096 would be in Wii Sports Tennis? Well, I haven't played Wii Sports Tennis in eons, and so I'm not familiar with how even you're speaking this. We absolutely know that 096 cannot play Wii Sports Tennis, so it would be level 0 as a player. But if it was an enemy character, it is very, very fast as an anomaly, so it would be a high-ranked opponent for the NPCs to use. Any comments on attacking junior researcher Roger Radcliffe? Frog thingy. Junior researcher Radcliffe is a dirty, rotten liar. I did no such thing. I was not even in the site the day of this supposed attack. Junior researcher Radcliffe is a liar. I don't know their motivations, but I didn't do it. And so, go read the SCP-5777 documentation for more information on how that lying liarson was exposed. Dr. Sherman did nothing wrong. That's the hashtag of that day. Why not? Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chimichanga on your way past the commissary. I stole your mugs and made the tree scream too before you. What are you gonna do now, big guy? Well, apparently I don't need the mugs, so you're welcome. Thank you for taking them to the commissary to get them cleaned, you loser. And if 4521 screamed, my devices would have picked it up. We have every sound spectrum, including some you don't even know about, recording that tree at all times. If it screamed, I would know. So all I'm going to do now is call you out for being a lying liarson yourself. Roger Radcliffe situation here. Delta 999 report card. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a taco rito on your way past the commissary. Can Gordon Freeman be contained? I mean, the dude is just a dude. Yes, the crowbar he's pretty handy with a crowbar. But at the end of the day, Gordon Freeman isn't even anomalous. So put him in a containment cell if you want, but I don't have a reason to contain Gordon Freeman. Zero, thank you for donating again. The moon has a voice. Voice is multiple. And a face. Deep socketed eyes, a face contorted with rage and or agony. All right, but which face moon is this? Is this Lord Genome's battle fleet, the spaceship moon? Is this Majora's Mask moon? There are a lot of moons with faces and angry voices. You need to be more specific, because how we deal with them is very different. Do we need to get a hero of time? Do we need a giant mech? The possibilities are endless. Wow, it's been almost 4 years since I've been to this site. Well, welcome back, Meme God. I hope you enjoy your stay again. We are much bigger than we were the last time you were here, to be sure. No, that's just a completely different person. The stakeout location's popular today. I gotta be careful. You don't want any sort of issue there. Otherwise, I might not be able to successfully catch that Spider-Man. So, let's, what was the last containment breach that happened to you? Last containment breach was really annoying because it was just a bunch of little anomalous ants, and they just caused this whole issue. Crawling into the commissary to try and take all of you guys' food. All of you guys' food the anomalous ants were after. They were soldier ants, and they were barking orders. They are very well coordinated. It took a while to clean things out, but don't mess with the commissary staff. They are scary. So eventually it was fine. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. Did you ever use Iris, SCP-105, to bait Spidey? He is a sucker for a pretty blonde. I have not, but only because Iris has not been doing well. So we're doing our best with Iris's slight mental health issues. Ergo, it is not the right time to put Iris in the field. Darkened Dreams, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a chalupa on your way past the commissary. Would the Foundation contain Guar or use them as an asset? Let me look into this. I seem to have a memory of something going on here. So, the answer here for your query, I just need to get the right object class. I always mess up the esoteric ones. I mix up Archon and Ticonderoga. Okay, so Guar is an Archon class anomaly, as an Archon/Thaumiel to be technically accurate, the most important kind of accurate. The Guars are anomalous, but we keep a disinformation going that they're just a band role-playing, because what they do is a pockmarked across the planet ritual that causes something worse to be contained. And so we have to let Guar hit their ritual markers, otherwise, well, it's gonna be a bad time. Gamer, thank you for donating again and for clarifying. Sorry, my phone is kind of laggy. My idea from yesterday was making anyone who tries to fraternize with an anomaly kiss that thing. Oh. I got turned down by the ethics committee. Unfortunately, they agreed that it was way too rash. I mean, I think they might deserve it, but the ethics committee's gonna ethics. You know how it is. Aether, no worries about being late. We have a short stream today. We have 35 minutes left on today's coffee break, but there is going to be a second coffee break at 5 p.m. California time. That means just shy of 4 hours from now will be second coffee. And you know, if first coffee is good, you can't forget about second coffee. Amber, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. Bit better after the containment breach in my office. Just here to say hi, and the fish is not a loop. A, hello, and B, you're damn right. SCP-5320 is not a loop, and that heresy will not be tolerated, even from Desk, who I believe is just doing it to bother me. I don't think he's actually a heretic. Question for you. What really happened when 049 attacked Dr. Ham? Well, Black Blood, I mean, it's right when it says on the tin. The same way that it has done so multiple times. 049 sensed something different about Dr. Ham that day and then decided to cure him. There was nothing different about Dr. Ham that day than before any other test. Therefore, this whole pestilence thing, I know it's bullshit, but the overseers want to be sure, so we keep it, letting it do its thing to a point. Zero, thank you for donating again. Whispers of anger and sorrow, telling me it does not want to be found, but I found it's making my head swirl. Metaphorically, I'm leaving this basement. It sounds like your moon might be a manifestation of SCP-3930-esque pattern screamers. It sounds like the moon is just your brain rationalizing a form to something that is formless. And it really sounds like that thing does not want a form or to be found at all. So you should, in leaving this basement, means you should get the hell away from that thing. Bill Cipher is lecturing me because I haven't slept or eaten in about a day or two, and now I don't know what to do. Well, Junior Researcher Pines, I need you to, first of all, take care of yourself, get some rest, and get some food in you. That's just standard operating procedure for Foundation staff. Don't mess this up. Secondly, don't listen to Bill Cipher. It's trying to lecture you into doing things that are bad for you. It's trying to use reverse psychology to convince you to stay awake and not eat so that you are weak enough to fall for its tricks. Don't fall for Bill Cipher's tricks. Unpredictable Misfit, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Twizzler on your way past the commissary. Hear me out. Reflective glass walls in a room with 096 inside. Not a channel. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Have you been listening? I know you've been in the streams. Pay attention. 096 doesn't care if it sees its own face because it knows what it looks like. It gets mad when other people know what it looks like. So not only is a mirror or a room of mirrors not going to do anything to 096, it's not going to fight itself or fight the mirrors, it's not a house cat. No, 096 is going to just sit there crying, except in a room where now you can see its face in every wall rather than just one place. So all that mirrored room is a death trap for anybody who goes in there, because you'll see not only 096's face, but the reflections on the mirrors and then the reflections off the other mirrors. It's just a whole room of 096's face. Are you mad? Are you... I can't even with you right now. You've got me basic white girling. That's how upset I am. Are you happy? Are you proud? Joe's Milk, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some blue milk on your way past the commissary. Have you heard of Omega Mart? I want to go there. I have heard of Omega Mart, and I too would like to go there. One of the things I would like to do is have an SCP Foundation researcher investigate Omega Mart video. I think that would be pretty fun. We just have to work out the travel plans. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cannoli on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. I'm actually socializing with friends today. Shocking, I know, so I can't stay long. Hey, socializing is important for our mental health. Why do you think we have so many activities for the Foundation staff? We're very isolated from the rest of the world, so we've got to keep ourselves entertained. D&D night, karaoke night, anything we can do to socialize and keep ourselves sane and have the will to live against our infinitely bad odds. So yes, do well with your socializing, take care of your mental health, and we'll see you next time. Gamer, thank you for donating again. The show called Ethics Committee doesn't sound very ethical to me if they would stand on the side of anomaly fraternizers. You and me both. You and me both. Have we tried to eat SCP-527? Well, Frog Thingy, researchers Matthew and Stephanie Patrick did go through an entire arc of boiling the tree's pine needles and baking cookies out of its bark to try and emotionally torture it. Still didn't scream. So, I mean, we got to move on to the next plan. Some Dude Not Real TV, thank you for donating again. Wouldn't Tyler, the creator's personality, Gobbin, be an anomaly due to proof him teleporting with lighting in the video She and full black eyes? Well, it depends on if that was just a music video or a cover-up for an actual anomaly. I'm not familiar with Tyler, the creator's work. I only know of the individual by name only. So with that, I would have to do some more research. But, you know, teleporting is pretty anomalous, and the black eyes are pretty much a good sign that something anomalous is happening around there. Not that I would know anything about that. Zero, thank you for donating again. Hey, I found this stairwell and someone left notes. It's a pitch black basement with doodles of moons. I'm getting a serious case of deja vu. Don't go down the stairs. Don't go down the stairs. Stay up the stairs. Security force will be with you shortly to investigate. Don't go on your own. Hi, darling. So obviously, there's so many SCPs, there's bound to be one about Greek gods, but are there any you know? Maybe one about Hermes. Well, Hermes, I know for a fact that we have 3 Greek gods, or supposed Greek gods, in containment. Apollo, Hera, and Aphrodite are literally on the SCP database under different numbers. Now, due to the slow working of my data pad when I'm out on stakeout, it would take me a very long time to look up the numbers. So I'm just going to tell you, if you Google, using, of course, your Foundation-issued back-end Google that doesn't allow people to publicly search the Foundation database, but your specialty Foundation-issued Google, type in SCP Apollo, SCP Hera, and SCP Aphrodite on 3 different searches, and they'll pop right up. You'll find them very easily. Unpredictable Misfit, thank you for donating again. Getting the tree scream or catching Spider-Man? Right now, it's a Spider-Man day. You've got to adjust your priorities to opportunity. So right now is the opportunity to catch Spider-Man. I am glad you exist. You make the world better. Well, thank you, Uriel. I'm glad an angel has come down from heaven to say that they appreciates the work I'm doing. Now, bugger off before we have to put you in containment. Honestly, don't we have Uriel in containment? I feel like I might remember that. Oh yeah, it is said... it is implied that the Gate Guardian is Uriel. So in that case, we already got it covered. I don't know if that's a theory or a fact. I'm not too familiar on Gate Guardian lore. Aether, thank you for a ridiculously generous donation. Holy cow. What I want, and this is your first donation of the day, so what I want you to do is I want you to run over to the commissary, and then when you talk to the head chef at the commissary, tell them to give you the Dr. Sherman special. Now, it's going to take a little work because at first they're going to give you some random spell components. You're going to have to do a little thaumaturgy here, but I believe that you have the capability here. You've been here long enough. And so I want you to assemble and recite the incantation. I want you to make sure everything's in its proper place. You got to do this right. But once you do, the absolute snack that you receive will be well worth the effort. So you enjoy that while I answer your question. Is it possible to be part anomaly? I got stabbed by Abel this morning during a containment breach. I seriously want to know what its malfunction is. So A, you can't be part anomaly because if you are anomalous, you're anomalous. You are abnormal as soon as you are any part anomalous. You can't just be like a percentage anomalous. That being said, I mean, there's plenty of, Clef has had a child with an anomaly, although Clef is an anomaly as well, basically. There are normal humans and anomalous humanoids who have had kids, and that causes genetic lottery. Some of them are normal and some of them are anomalous. And so with that being the case, long story short, you cannot be part anomalous, you just are anomalous at that point. Meanwhile, go to medbay if you're still standing after being stabbed by Abel. That's impressive. And we don't know Abel's malfunction. Abel is just a dick. Zero, thank you for donating again. It's the 12th of May, Monday from my data, looking forward for some backup. Tell them to bring food. I'm feeling hungry and drained. No, it is May 30th. You are missing some time, my friend. Again, stay put. Security's coming. We'll have them bring some rations. Just don't do anything reckless while they're en route. Can the tree not be destroyed? Mimikyu, the point is to make the tree scream, and if we destroy the tree, it can't scream because it's no longer there. On top of which, we never destroy anomalies here at the Foundation unless we really need to. We don't destroy, we secure, contain, protect. If the whole world saw 096's face, could it actually kill all 8 billion humans? Yes, very easily. I've eaten SCP-527. Am I fucked? You say, the texter. Well, here's the problem. Number one, you phrase that incorrectly because you could not have eaten the entirety of SCP-527 like you just said. SCP-527 is 1 meter by 3 meters, a rectangle of slime. The human digestive system cannot hold all of SCP-527. So, careful with your wordage. That being said, the bit that you have eaten, it's going to tickle all the way through your innards, and you're not going to like it. So, that's why I don't suggest people do that. What are we talking about? I've never been here before. Redwood J. Taylor, welcome to a coffee break with Dr. Theron Sherman of the SCP Foundation. I'm currently on a stakeout, which is why I'm not in the lab or in my lab coat, but I am here because my target is otherwise indisposed, and so I have a minute to chat with you guys, educate you about the SCP Foundation lore, its staff, its anomalies, your training protocols, until it is time up, which we are 20 minutes from time up. Dr. Sherman, good job on your work. Also, is it possible to have an agreement with the King of the Mountain? Researcher Willis, the King of the Mountain has not been very much the agreement type. So, as of right now, I don't feel like we're going to have any sort of agreement with the King of the Mountain anytime soon. Why do we have Victory Friday, Dr. Sherman? Well, Dr. Workman, it is part of the motivational needs of the Foundation. We deal with a lot of negative things, containment breaches, losing staff, losing friends and family. And so we need to do whatever we can to keep our spirits up. We need our drill to be the drill that pierces the heavens. And one way we can do that is we can look back on the past week and we can say, hey, this is how this week has went. And even if the week was entirely terrible, there is something good that happened. There is something in the past week that we can hold on to, like the ember of a fire, to fuel next week's victories. And we can keep pushing our way up. And so even if you just survived the week, that is enough for Victory Friday to be worth it. If you survived the week, that's a victory. And for all of us, especially if we're going through hard times or adversity, if you can find that little spark to keep you running, you can do your best to keep pushing forward. Remicus Prime, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a packet of M&Ms on your way past the commissary. Doomslayer versus 096. I think Doomslayer could tack it. 096 is pretty damn strong, but Doomslayer is pretty extreme. I think it could take a purely physical entity despite its massive endurance feats. Zero, thank you for donating again. I'm going in to investigate, leaving all my data outside. Hopefully I can find some valuable information. I will take this up on my own. I will send my findings a day or two. Wish me luck going down. Why? Why would you go into the anomaly alone? I said security is coming. Staff, do not do what Zero does. This is a problem, and it's only going to end in heartbreak. Delta 999, thank you for donating again. Will you let us tour Site 13? Well, that's not up to me. That is up to the people who are running the containment over at Site 13. I hear it's still a bit of a mess. You don't want to go yet. Hey, what happened to SCP-1162 and how is Dr. Gears doing? By the way, love your content. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. B, we don't need super epic music for this. B, what happened to SCP-1162? Let me have a quick look. SCP-1162, object class safe, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, suburban house located in Vasidis Borealis, the largest lowland region of Mars. Does not have a visual lawn. So a suburban house on Mars. Discover the home displayed signs of habitation, being furnished in typical American suburban style. Hume levels were high, generally associated with reality-bending activity. Kitchen contained 2 frozen corpses, an adult man and a woman. Both had died from asphyxiation. So it sounds like someone teleported their house to Mars, unfortunately. The rest of the interior is unremarkable, but agents determined the source of the raised Hume levels was in the second-floor bedroom. Bedroom decorated for a small child contained several posters of various celestial bodies and NASA space shuttles. Cardboard box is the epicenter of the raised Hume levels, crudely fashioned to a mock space shuttle, color white with various portholes and iconography. Contains a corpse of a small male child, curled in the fetal position, toy space helmet. So it seems like a reality-bending child transported the house to Mars, which is not good, and the family died. Now this is from October 22nd, or October 2022, so this is 3 years ago about. So is that the anomaly you're talking about? I ask because I am seeing some sort of Google ask why 1162 was deleted. And so I'm wondering if there was an original article that you're talking about that I don't know the lore on. I'm watching the chat while this loads to see if I can get answers. Come on. If you gotta reload, make it work. While I'm waiting for this to properly... Okay, here we go. I'm seeing here that the situation is that there was an original SCP-1162, but the author got banned from the wiki for some reason and retaliated by deleting one of their more popular works. That is the rumor. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, although it does sound like something that commonly happens in the community. So that is, at least then I'm going to take it on face value. I would like to know more, like what the original was and who it was by to confirm, but that is not uncommon. Every community has their drama. It's not shocking. Oh, by the way, chat, we have 10 minutes left in the stream. 10 minutes left in the stream. All right, see here. Ramicus Prime, thank you for donating again. Victory, I finally fixed my computer after 2 years. Hell yeah, good work. That is a good victory. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. Do you go after Spidey because no one dies even when angry? Because no one dies even when angry. Are you trying to ask something about how Spider-Man always holds back and therefore doesn't kill its opponents? Is that what you're trying to ask? Even then, I mean, I would contain the anomaly whether or not it murdered. I don't even care if it's doing overall good in the world. If it's anomalous, it goes in a box. That's the end of the story. Dr. Sherman, thank you for making these videos. They always cheer me up. Hope you have an amazing day. You're quite welcome. Whether you're talking about the Victory Friday, since that's what you asked about, or the actual SCP content, I am happy both help you in whatever way they help you. Forrest, the only glory here is the glory of a successful containment. Get your head out of the gutter. We do not fraternize with the anomalies. Alki the Demon. 999 does not taste like orange juice. Unless orange juice is your favorite smell. Because we know that somehow SCP-999 always smells like your favorite smell. And if 999 smells like your favorite smell, and smell and taste are necessarily linked in the body, then you know what it tastes like because you know what it smells like. Remicus, thank you for donating again. Question, what parts of Cybertron would be considered anomalous? All of it. It is an anomalous alien planet full of living robots. That is all anomalous AF. Call me crazy, but I got an idea. What if we put 035 on 096? Just hear me out on this. not a channel. Are you literally just the person who comes up with bad ideas in my chat? Is that your shtick? Is that the identity you've built for yourself here? Because you're not going to make it far as a Foundation researcher if you're coming up with literally the worst ideas. You will be retired very quickly. What do you personally think the pestilence is? Researcher Owens, I don't believe the pestilence even exists. I think 049 is a bit up here, a little woo. But the overseers are overly cautious, and so we humor it to a point. Yet you work with us. Well, yes, Remicus Prime. Obviously, we can't contain an entire planet, but we can create a disinformation campaign that stops people from noticing it. And then if the Cybertronian, the bad side of the Cybertronians, those, what do you call them? The Decepticons. Ridiculous name. Obviously a bad guy name. If they want to take over the planet, then yes, we need your good guy half to help us counteract that. So we work with you because it's in our interest. That's about it. We need to continue to maintain normalcy. That's priority number one. Why do we consider aliens anomalous? Just because especially evolved on a different planet doesn't automatically mean that it's anomalous. By the way, can I put SCP-527 in the clock works on very fine? To your secondary question, obviously not. Very unpredictable, not happening. B, because what is normal is what consensus humanity believes is normal. And so they don't know aliens exist. They have no proof. And so our job is to keep it that way. If humanity finds out about aliens, then they are going to do all sorts of crazy, reckless things. Remember, to quote, even though he is an agent of a rival organization, Agent K of the Men in Black is correct about why we maintain normalcy. To quote the man himself, a person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. If all of humanity found out there were aliens, they would freak out. They would cause all sorts of chaos. No one would get to live a normal life again. They are better living in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. I think your videos is on a YouTube. No, Smokrilio, that's how you say that. So our YouTube videos and our YouTube streams are only available to SCP Foundation staff members. No one outside the Foundation can find us here. We have a very special deal set up with the high-ups at Alphabet to use this to proliferate Foundation protocols to our staff. So maybe you didn't know you were a member of Foundation. Maybe you were a sleeper agent who was just awoken. In that case, the dossier with your mission is underneath the table. So grab that and get to work. Have you ever played Control? Very SCP-like. Ever heard of it? If not, give it a look. It's really fun. Researcher Scott, Control is a great little fun game. And actually, it's very SCP-like because it was based, at least in part, on SCP. Remedy Games, that's their name, right? Remedy Games talked about it in an interview with Kotaku. They mentioned SCP as an inspiration. So yes, it's SCP-like because it's based on us. And while there are some in the community, including me, who wishes they had just gone ahead and made an SCP game rather than branching off into their own lore, essentially it's kind of it is okay to make your own thing, even if we do really want a good AAA SCP game and we haven't gotten one yet. And B, big companies using SCP in everything but name so they can keep the copyright rather than be Creative Commons, it's a little hurtful. But hey, that is why Site 42 is here. We're going to get big enough and strong enough, and Markiplier Unfathomable Money will make our own games with blackjack and hookers. Never mind the blackjack and hookers. I just want the game. Sheeny, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for your membership. Showing up to the last 3 minutes of stream. But don't worry, remember, 3 minutes left in the stream, but we are doing a second stream today at 5 p.m. California time. That is in approximately 3 hours and 15 minutes, so you can join us with the second one. And I'll end this one with the question, what happened to Dr. Gears? So, in canon, I don't know if anything happened to Dr. Gears. As far as I know, Dr. Gears is still doing his job, although the man has had some crazy misadventures with his family because anomalous staff members always have trouble like that. The old guard was really messy. Meanwhile, the real Dr. Gears, the author, that guy is having a rough go of it. Man, that guy has health issues, job issues, landlord issues, but he still stays pretty positive, and he's trying to do good things to help rectify his situation. If you want to look up Dr. Gears GoFundMe, the guy gives up details on what's going on with them, and hopefully the community can rally around one of the founders of our group and help him get by best of our ability. So with that, that is the end of today's stream, at least the first stream of the day. Remember the bonus stream at 5 o'clock, so 3 hours and change from now. And so at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Of course, these are not the SCPs I wrote. That would be cheating. I love my own SCPs. If you want to read my own SCPs, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. You'll see all the SCPs I wrote, as well as ones that I've contributed a little bit here and there to. And while you're there, you'll find some support links. You can become a Site 42 patron, get you early access to our videos for as little as $1 a month. You can get a channel membership here on YouTube, which gives you badges, emojis, and a green name so I can see you better. And then at the second tier or higher, that's when you get early access to the videos. I try to keep those balanced based on what you get. And finally, even if you can't donate directly, we appreciate you doing the YouTube things, liking, sharing, and subscribing, because that makes you a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters. And it is these Signal Boosters, most of all, who help us spread the word of SCP games and film projects, whether it's made by me or whether it's made by another group who doesn't have the same platform that I have. So because we all team up, we have the ability to boost these to people who, even if we can't donate, we can find people who can. And the more eyes that get on them, the more of a chance that is. So we're working with percentages. And so the more we work, the stronger we get. And that's because of you guys. So with that, my favorite SCPs in no particular order is SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That is a tough one, so that's rough, content warning-wise. It's a good read, it's just a rough read. One more time, light speed, 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5320, 5175, and 8980 with a huge content warning. If you're in the bonus stream, I will see you guys later. Otherwise, be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you next time. Oh, would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? A fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. And to fool the people is his only thought. And though he's slippery, he still gets caught. But then if that sort of life is what you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. And all the monkeys aren't in a zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You can be better than you are. You could be swinging on a star.